Colorado High School Activities Association basketball is on Morgan County's B106, B106.com, and the Eastern Plains Sports Network tonight from Roosevelt High School. It's a league doubleheader as the Fort Morgan Mustang girls and boys face the Roosevelt Rough Riders. I'm John Beltran. Of course, the girls' game is first, and this is going to be a monumental test for the Mustangs because they are facing a team that is loaded. No seniors, and yet they're 8-1. The Mustangs have no juniors and 3 seniors, and they have a record of 0-8. Starting lineup for the Mustangs: Marely Del Campo, Yadira Longoria Vegas, Shea Ramirez Osborne, Ivana Ordaz, and Bella Phillips, a sophomore. They have 3 players averaging double figures in scoring. Does Roosevelt: Madison Moyers, Brooklyn Mesa, and Ryan Bonson-Price, all in the starting lineup, along with Bryn Price and Kinsey Trujillo. Opening tip brought to you by Buildings by Design. Check them out at buildingsbydesign.com. It'll be Brooklyn Mesa against Bella Phillips. Mustangs in their black uniforms, and the tip is controlled by Roosevelt. Here's Trujillo at the top now, spinning at the free throw line. Into the lane is Madison Moyers. Kicks it left corner, cross court. 3 in the air is up, and that's banked in somehow. I don't think Bonson-Price meant to bank it in, but she did. Here come the Mustangs. Backcourt pressure being applied. Longoria Vegas has the ball tipped away, but then it's taken away by Ramirez Osborne. She's able to control the basketball. A bounce pass in the front court is intercepted. And then we have a double dribble on Roosevelt. Both teams commit a turnover. And here come the Mustangs. Ramirez Osborne to throw it in at midcourt. Brett Anderson, the head coach of the Mustangs, and Enoch Miller for Roosevelt. And it's dribbled off the foot of a Mustang. Here is Roosevelt the other way. Left of the lane is Bonson-Price. Straight away, 3 is up. And that is nailed by, that's Kyla Hollier. I guess she's in the starting lineup instead of Mesa. All right, check that. It was her instead of Mesa. The other way, the Mustangs intercept, but then it's thrown away. I'd have to check that. I thought I saw a 1-3 instead of a 1-2. So both teams with 2 turnovers. Bounce pass in the backcourt is intercepted by Bryn Price. Back out to Hollier. Lob down low. Layup up and in with the left hand off the glass. Trujillo. Mustangs call an early timeout. Yeah, Mesa's going to come off the bench. All right. So that was Kyla Hollier that controlled the tip. And 1 minute exactly into the game, Roosevelt leads 8-0. And they are capable of putting up triple digits against Fort Morgan. And what I love, what Coach Anderson does, he does not allow these huge runs. He will call timeouts galore, so his team will settle down and then get him refocused. For over 100 years, Premier Farm Credit has been providing affordable, reliable, and consistent credit. Visit PremierACA.com. So 3s from Hollier and Bonson-Price, and Kinsey Trujillo with a deuce. Mustangs with no shot attempts yet, and they've committed 2 turnovers. And you can just see in the huddle, he's stressing the movement of the basketball. Move, and pass. Move and pass. The dribbling does not get it done at this level, especially against an 8-1 team that's been a top 10 team all season. Ramirez Osborne to throw it in for Fort Morgan, and plenty of pressure being applied, and that'll be the case here throughout the opening quarter. Bounce pass in the backcourt is tipped away and out of bounds, tipped by Price. Mustangs now throw it in from the corner, which is even more difficult because you cut off an angle. With Hollier right on top of Ramirez Osborne. She threw it into Osborne, and it is out of bounds. Ivana Ordaz trying to get free. There's the bounce pass in the backcourt to Longoria Vegas. Back to Osborne. Ramirez Osborne into the front court. She double dribbled. That is 3 turnovers, and that's just a tough thing. Just getting off shot attempts, because Roosevelt is not only fantastic offensively, they are terrific defensively. I mean, really, really good. So here comes Kinsey Trujillo. Trujillo with a right-handed dribble. On the high right, guarded by Ivana Ordaz. Jump pass down low. Hollier turns, shoots, and misses off to the right. The rebound to Bella Phillips trying to get out of traffic. There's a foul in the backcourt. There you go. Nice job of keeping that ball away from the defender. And the foul looked like it was committed by Bryn Price, and it is her first of the game. Ramirez Osborne to throw it in. Backcourt pass is taken by Ordaz. Ordaz tries to dribble by two. She's trapped over there. The ball is poked away loose at the free throw line. Intercepted. Layup is up and in. And that is made by Bonson Price. She's now got 5. The Mustangs with 4 turnovers. Backcourt bounce pass is going to be intercepted. The other way with the basketball is Madison Moyers. Now the little 10-footer is around and no good by Bonson Price. Putback is missed. Putback is up and in by Kyla Hollier. Grabbed 2 rebounds and scored. She's got 5. The lead is 12-0. Another steal in the backcourt. There's the lob down low for Trujillo. Now she's going to back it up in the corner. She'll take the 3, and that's off the left side of the rim. Rebound putback is up and in by Bonson Price. Another timeout called by Fort Morgan. That's 7 points by Bonson Price. We played 2 minutes and 1 second, and it's 14-0. 2 of the last 3 games, Fort Morgan has been down 30-0 after the first quarter. It could get worse here because Roosevelt is the best team they played this season. I mean, they are dangerous. Thank goodness there's a 35-point rule, but that does not take effect until the fourth quarter. And there's no way the Mustangs will stay within, I would think within 50, to be honest with you. And it's because Roosevelt is just so talented and Fort Morgan is very young and inexperienced. Because you can be young like Roosevelt is, but they have plenty of experience. No seniors, as I alluded to earlier. So in the early going, Bonson Price has got 7 points, 5 for Hollier, 2 from Trujillo. All the Mustangs have been able to do is grab a rebound. They're just going to need a heck of a lot more right now. A heck of a lot more. And to throw it in, Ramirez Osborne. Bounce pass to Ordaz and lost control of the basketball out of bounds. And it goes over to Roosevelt. 6 turnovers for the Mustangs. Here is Trujillo. Dribbling to her left. Trujillo behind the three-point line. Bounce pass to Hollier. She's got great position. Banks and scores. She's about 6'1". I mean, you can't stop her. She's too tall. Bella Phillips might be able to defend her a little bit. Ramirez Osborne trapped in the backcourt. There's a steal. There's the lob cross court to Bonson Price. In the lane, kicks it. Right side 3 is up, and that's off the back of the rim. Missed by Trujillo, and the ball is rebounded into the corner by Longoria Vegas and throws it off of Hollier. It'll be Mustang basketball down 16-0, 5:25 to go in the opening quarter. Ramirez Osborne looking to throw it in, and it was kicked by Hollier, intended for Ivana Ordaz. Roosevelt is ranked 4th in 5A. That's how good they are. Bounce pass in the backcourt to Ordaz. Now she's double-teamed. Jump pass is going to be intercepted by Price down low. Hollier, she puts it up and in off the glass. Mustangs with 8 turnovers. It's 18-0. Bounce pass in the backcourt. Here's Longoria Vegas. Now flips it over on the bounce into the front court now to Ivana Ordaz. Mustangs trying to get off a shot. Phillips in the right baseline with the basketball. Guarded closely over there by Moyers. And then the ball is poked out of bounds by Moyers. Mustangs retain possession with 4:58 to go in the first, trailing 18-0. Ramirez Osborne. Bounce pass is off the right hand. And it was not a bad bounce pass, but it went out of bounds off the hand of Ivana Ordaz. 9 turnovers by the Mustangs. They'll back off defensively. Here is Trujillo. Trujillo, the point guard. Dribbling into the lane. Turns, looking to shoot. Back out. 16-footer is in. Inside the three-point line by Madison Moyers. Her first point. She's the leading scorer this season. And it's 20-0. Bounce pass to Ordaz. Ordaz across midcourt. Lobs it to Phillips. Her cross-court pass intended for Del Campo out of bounds on the high left. Mustangs now with 10 turnovers, trailing 20-0, and we'll have a couple of substitutions. There is Meza, and she's really good. She's averaging double figures. Man, this team is not only solid with the starters, they're deep. Peyton Terry also in. And then Trujillo traveled. Roosevelt with 3 turnovers. Mustang basketball down 20-0. And here is Ordaz. Ordaz into the front court to Ramirez Osborne. Bounce pass is going to be intercepted by Trujillo. Trujillo with 1 to beat all the way. Stops, pulls up, misses the shot. Rebound is controlled by Moyers. Back out Bonson Price. 3 in the air. She bricked it off to the right. And Del Campo grabs the rebound for Fort Morgan. In the backcourt to Ramirez Osborne. Crosses midcourt. Bodied up by a couple of players. Still looking. The bounce pass is taken over there by Longoria Vegas near the top. Now to Del Campo. Dribbles left baseline. Bounce pass cross court. Intercepted. Here come the Rough Riders the other way. Trujillo, lob down low for Moyers. Puts it up and in. Off the glass for Madison Moyers. The lead is 22-0, 3.5 to go. Here's Ramirez Osborne. Bounce pass intended for Phillips, but she was cutting towards the basket, and it went behind her out of bounds. And that is 13 turnovers committed by Fort Morgan. It's going to be that type of game. This is just a really, really good team. With the basketballs, Bonson Price gets a pick from Mesa, right of the lane, all the way, lays it up and in off the glass for Bonson Price. She's got 9. 3:13 to go in the first. It's Roosevelt 24, Fort Morgan nothing. Into the game, Mackenzie Schrum with the basketball now left of the lane, all the way spinning is Alaman. Back out, and then the ball is stripped away off the hands of Yelena Ramirez. Picks it back up, though. Bounce pass, and the shot is up and missed. That's the first shot attempt missed by Melina Richards, but tracked down nicely near midcourt by Alaman. Here's Yelena Ramirez, had the ball stripped, I believe, off her foot out of bounds, and it was. Mustangs turn it over, and Roosevelt will come the other way. I don't know if Roosevelt's going to press even the rest of the game now. It's already 24-0. Pressing doesn't do them any good. They can just play straight-up defense. Trujillo, left-handed dribble. 16-footer straight away is around and no good. Rebound is taken by Peyton Terry. Back out to Bonson Price. Down low, Mesa. Reverse layup is up, and she blew the layup. That was an easy one. The rebound is controlled by Abby Arroyo. Nice job by Fort Morgan defensively there. Arroyo spinning. Bounce pass back out to Alaman, and she traveled. 15 turnovers. More substitutions. Bryn Price is back into the game, and Sienna Siskowski checks in for the first time. Mustangs have grabbed 5 rebounds and 5 unofficially for Roosevelt, so they're holding their own on the boards. Bryn Price near the top. Lob on the outside right to Siskowski, down low to Mesa. She puts it up. Looked like there was contact, no whistle. Throw up an air ball. Richards grabs it for Fort Morgan. Here is Alaman with a left-handed dribble. Bodied up at midcourt by Bryn Price. Maintains a dribble. Alaman kicks it back out, but it's going to be intercepted by Peyton Terry. And we have a foul, I believe, on the Mustangs. Yep. Foul committed by Arroyo. And Terry to throw it in. Again, 30-0 has been the score in 2 of the last 3 games after 1, and it's now 24-0. Into the lane is Price, throws up a runner. That's going to be short. Mesa grabs the rebound, goes up and misses, but a foul on Arroyo, her second. Mesa to the line. So she will shoot a deuce. Mustangs will make substitutions, 5 for 5 coming up after the free throws. This second unit actually held their own pretty well. Free throw is up, and the line drive is very short. Barely got to the rim. With a second free throw to come. 9 is the magic number at Rudy's Tires. 9 locations across Northeast Colorado and Nebraska means there's always a location close by. Visit rudystires.com for more. Second free throw is up by Mesa. That's perfect. Roosevelt 25, Fort Morgan nothing. Ordaz in the backcourt. She's getting pressured. Kicks it back out on the left side to Longoria Vegas, crossing midcourt. Longoria Vegas, bounce pass to Del Campo, dribbles left baseline, double team. Then her bounce pass is loose on the floor. It's intercepted by Mesa, and then she travels. So the Mustangs will have it back. 17 turnovers for the Mustangs and 4 for the Rough Riders. Ramirez Osborne to the right of the basket on the offensive end to throw it in. Bounce pass in the left corner for Del Campo. Down low for Ramirez Osborne. Hooks, misses. Rebound to Ryan Bonson-Price. Right-handed dribble at the top into the lane. Wanted to pull up. Right corner pass. Terry, 3 in the air, is off to the left. Rebound, putback is up, and that's missed. And then the putback is up and in. That is Brooklyn Meza who scores. She grabbed a couple of rebounds. It's 27-0. A minute to go in the opening quarter. Longoria Vegas picks up the dribble on the high left. Her bounce pass went behind Ivana Ordaz. It's intercepted. This will be a layup. If it's not blown, it is blown, but Bonson-Price picks it up after Terry missed it. Siskowski, 15-footer, is no good. Bonson-Price trying to go back up. Nope, she's going to kick it back out, and now that bank shot is up and in. It's a 3 by Bryn Price. She just banked it up and scored. Now it's 30-0, and then the Mustangs nearly lost the basketball in the backcourt. Bounce pass is poked away out of bounds, intended for Longoria Vegas. Mustangs retain possession. Ramirez Osborne to throw it in. Kyla Hollier back into the game. And she will throw it in from the corner in the backcourt. Bounce pass is going to be temporarily poked out of bounds by Peyton Terry. Ramirez Osborne to trigger it in. Looking, still looking. Overhead pass. Was it off the hand of Meza? It was out of bounds. Yeah, and Meza and Holly are in there at the same time. That's dangerous. They're both about 6 feet or 6'1". Ivana Ordaz at midcourt, met by Bryn Price with a left-handed dribble. Maintains the dribble. And then that pass is going to be poked away, intercepted just shy of the free throw line. 18 turnovers for Fort Morgan. The lob down low for Meza. Dribbles. Kicks it right corner. Hollier 3 is up, and that's off the back of the rim. And the ball is loose. Hollier tries to save it in, cannot. Fort Morgan basketball. Yep, it's going to be 30-0 after 1. There's 7 seconds to go here in the quarter. I don't know if they'll get off a shot here. Here's Ordaz with 3, with 2 at the free throw line, with 1. Had the shot blocked by Bryn Price as she tried to throw up a runner. And once again, the pattern continues. We played 8 minutes of basketball. Roosevelt 30, Fort Morgan nothing on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. I'm John Beltran. Let's head to the second quarter from Johnstown. The Roosevelt girls lead Fort Morgan 30-0. Shea Ramirez Osborne to throw it in. Ivana Ordaz is out there. She's looking for the basketball. Gets the bounce pass on the high right. Goes all the way. Throws up a runner off to the left. That was a good look. Ball is knocked out of bounds. That is off of Siskowski of Roosevelt. Mustangs will have another possession. That's a good start even though they didn't score. Ramirez Osborne to throw it in. Looking down low, bounce pass towards Phillips. She's got it, but double team. Kicks it right corner. Osborne fakes a 3, but didn't take the shot, and she came back down, so that's a travel. Her feet were off the ground. Mustangs now with 19 turnovers. It is Del Campo, Ordaz, Ramirez Osborne, Bella Phillips, and Yadira Longoria Vegas. Siskowski along with Price. Page right into the game for the first time. Kyla Hollier as Price maintains the dribble. Cross-court pass is knocked out of bounds by Longoria Vegas. And also out there is Madison Moyers, who had 4 points in the opening quarter. She will throw it in. Moyers looking, still looking. Bounce pass inside, poked away. Siskowski's got it, and her shot is off the rim, and she commits the foul in the backcourt, or in the front court, that is. Bella Phillips grabbed the rebound for Fort Morgan after Siskowski missed about a little 6-footer in the lane. First foul by Siskowski. Second rebound by Phillips. Pressured at midcourt is Ordaz. There's the bounce pass in the right corner. Longoria Vegas dribbles to her left, right of the free throw line. Now to Ordaz, throws up a floater. It's off the back of the rim, and we're going to have a tie-up for the rebound. Bodies go flying. Nice job of Bella Phillips getting very physical. Possession arrow, Roosevelt. Oh, he played nearly a minute in the second quarter. Mustangs have held their own. I mean, you have to generate small victories because you're not going to win any games this season. On the outside left is Moyers. Back out to Price. Lobs it down low for Hollier. Turns, shoots, and scores off the glass. Too big, too strong for Hollier. She's got 11. 32-0. 6:53 to go in the opening half. Ordaz into the front court to Ramirez Osborne. Bounce pass is intercepted. Here's Siskowski, the lob for Hollier, and her shot is blocked. She gets it right back, dribbles, puts it up, and that's no good. Hollier again kicks it to Price. Price in the lane, straight away. Moyer's three-pointer is off the back of the rim. Rebound, put back is up and around and good. That's made by Bryn Price, and the Mustangs have to call another timeout. Just way too many rebounds and chances for Roosevelt. 34-0, 6.5 to go in the opening half. For 3 decades, they've been providing high-quality sod. That's Horizon Turf Nursery. The finest sod available is on the horizon. 15470 County Road 11 in Fort Morgan. Outstanding work. Horizon Turf Nursery. First of back-to-back games, not only tonight, but Mustang girls and boys are in Loveland tomorrow night against Mountain View. We'll have that action right here on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Well, Fort Morgan didn't get many good looks in the first quarter, but they had 2 or 3 opportunities in the second quarter to score, and they were really good looks. Just couldn't find the bottom of the net. So Coach Anderson called another timeout. We'll reset the lineup for the Mustangs. Longoria Vegas, Bella Phillips, Marely Del Campo, along with Ivana Ordaz and Shea Ramirez Osborne. It is Hollier, Wright, Siskowski, Madison Moyers, and Kinsey Trujillo. And there's even more talent on the bench. Bounce pass in the backcourt to Ordaz. There's some light pressure in the backcourt. Now to Ramirez Osborne, crossing midcourt. Jump pass to Phillips straight away. Phillips takes a couple of dribbles. Lob down low. Here's Longoria Vegas. Double team, has to dribble out of traffic. And then Ramirez Osborne apparently got hurt. Turned an ankle, so Abby Arroyo will check in. So they stop the action momentarily for the substitution. Mustangs to inbound it. And for some reason, the clock is running. I don't know why the clock ran. And their inbounds pass is intercepted. Intercepted all the way. Layup is up and in by Moyers to the right of the basket off the glass. She's got 6. 36-0. Lob is off the hand of Arroyo, out of bounds at midcourt. Mustangs had 18 turnovers in the opening quarter, 3 more here in the second. And here's Trujillo the other way with 5:43 to go before halftime. Trujillo on the high left, guarded by Arroyo behind the three-point line, looking down low. Kicks it near the top, and that's intercepted by Del Campo. Here is Del Campo all the way, puts it up, and that one is partially blocked. And then Del Campo commits a foul in the backcourt as Trujillo grabs the rebound. Nice job by Marely, made a strong move. It will be Roosevelt basketball with 5.5 to go. And the Mustangs are pressuring in the backcourt. Is that what they want to do? Yeah, I don't know if they want to do that. They'll get killed on that every time. Yeah, I guess they're gonna guard the inbounds passer, but there's the baseball pass, and here's Kinsey Trujillo with 1 Mustang to beat, and a foul is committed by Arroyo. That's going to be her 3rd. Yeah, I don't know if you want to pressure in the backcourt. They'll just send a player all the way down the floor. Mustangs with 14 fouls, 2 for Roosevelt with 5:26 to go second quarter. It was 30-0 after 1, and now a 30-second timeout is called. I don't believe the Mustangs took that one. We are coming up on 6 o'clock Mountain Time right now. This is Morgan County's B106 KPRB Brush Fort Morgan. I'm John Beltran in the first of 2 games tonight. Mustang wrestling team is in action tonight at 6:30 against Northridge, so plenty of Mustang sports. And good luck to the wrestlers tonight on their home floor, their home gym, which is the Stan Lampe Gymnasium. That was officially named back in May of last year. So Roosevelt will have the basketball up 36-0. And you look at some of Roosevelt's results this year, I mean, they have really played some great defense. We'll focus in on that momentarily, just to give you an idea of how dominant they have been. Trujillo to trigger it in. Trujillo lobs it left of the lane to Moyers, and she's fouled as she put up a shot. Mustangs got physical there but couldn't block it. They just don't have much size either. Arroyo, that should be her 4th I wonder if Coach Anderson is aware they got to take her out. I mean, she got 4 fouls with 5:25 to go and still in the game. Not sure he's aware. The free throw is up and perfect. They got to take her out of the game. If not, she'll be disqualified before halftime. Moyers now with 7. I'm surprised. I wonder, somebody's got to let him know that. Second free throw's upcoming. Yeah, now they've let him know, but that's a little bit too late. Second free throw makes it 38-0. Arroyo's got to be careful she doesn't foul. They're on the offensive end, though, and then the ball is off the foot of Ordaz. Here's the pass to Hollier all the way. Oh, lobs it in the left corner for Moyers. She could have taken the shot. Back out to Trujillo, right wing. Payton, right 3 is good. She rattled it home. Looked like it was going to be off target, but nailed the triple. 5 minutes to go in the second. 41-0 at midcourt. Longoria Vegas looking. She flips it over to a Rough Rider, but it's intercepted by Fort Morgan and then re-intercepted by Roosevelt. And here's a left-handed layup up and in by Moyers. That's too easy. Mustangs have to call a timeout. And it's 43-0 with 4:49 to go in the second quarter. Let's see if Arroyo is going to be taken out of the game. She should with 4 fouls. Just so you have a sufficient number of players in there. Roosevelt has outscored the Mustangs 13-0 in this quarter. They're on pace to have another 30-0 quarter. But I was talking about how dominant Roosevelt has been this season. They beat Niwot 87-20, Skyline 82-21, Fairview 75-21, and all those teams are better than Fort Morgan. And I wish I could say differently. Their lone loss to begin the year was to 6-8 Cherry Creek 46-29. And they've had a pretty good schedule. They beat Windsor 61-59, Thompson Valley 61-47. Platte Valley's an excellent school, and they trounced them 51-28. No pressure being applied in the backcourt. They'll meet at midcourt. Back into the game is Bonson Price. Here's Longoria Vegas with a crossover dribble. At the top, feeds it over to Longoria Vegas. Or check that to Ordaz. Can't feed it to herself. Cross-court pass knocked out of bounds. Intended for Del Campo by Trujillo. With 4.5 to go in the opening half, it's Roosevelt 43, Fort Morgan nothing. Bounce pass by Del Campo's intercepted. Moyers long pass to Hollier. She dribbles, she banks and scores. Turnover number 24 for Fort Morgan. Ordaz gets a pick from Del Campo, middle of the lane. She might have a shot to score, floats it up and around and good. That is Ordaz scoring for the first time. The Mustangs are on the board in the second quarter, but then Hollier banks it in on a perfect pass down low. And with 4 minutes to go before halftime, it's 47-2. Longoria Vegas left of the lane with the basketball, and she traveled. But that was a very nice move by Ivana. Her and Bella Phillips are really her 2 best offensive options for the Mustangs. And Kinsey Trujillo, off the play called by Coach Miller, has the basketball, dribbling towards the head of the three-point circle. Gets a pick right side. At the top now for Bonson Price, behind her back, left of the lane. Lost the ball, got it back. Kicks it over to Peyton Terry. Now here's Trujillo with a floater up and around and no good. Rebound up and in by Meza. She was by herself, not blocked out. She's got 5. 3:24 to go before halftime. It's 49-2. Ordaz, middle of the lane, all the way, floats it up, but that one is blocked that time. She gets it right back, though. Ordaz with the basketball. Lobs it to Phillips. Phillips goes up, and that one is blocked. It is blocked by Bonson Price. Got all basketball. Long pass, and the shot is up and in off the glass by Trujillo. Timeout Mustangs again, trailing 51-2 with 3:05 remaining before the break. That was a good move there by Ordaz. Fortunately, the Mustangs could not convert on the offensive end. Outscored in this quarter 21-2. Boys game is coming up. That could actually start on time. We started about 5 minutes late for the girls game, but there'll be a running clock in the second half. And there are not too many free throws so far in this game. We've only had 2. And when When there's no free throws or limited number of free throws, the game goes by very fast. Mustang basketball with a 51-2 deficit. I mean, they don't list height here, but Mays is easily 5'11", 6 feet. Bonson Price, who's a point guard, perhaps even taller. Mustangs, again, they don't have that type of height. Yelena Ramirez, one of the taller players, is back in the game. Also in there, Mackenzie Schrum. Mustangs with their second teamers out there, except Ordaz with a basketball at midcourt. Threw it behind Alemano, has to chase it down, and she cannot. It goes out of bounds off her left hand. So here we go with three-quarters court. Bonson Price gets it into Trujillo, guarded by Schrum. Trujillo just beyond midcourt. I think they might just work the ball around. There's the pass inside, poked away nicely by Aleman, intercepted by Del Campo. Del Campo with the basketball towards the left corner. Then she had the ball stripped away. Here comes Roosevelt. It's Bryn Price, a 2-on-1. Lays it up, she missed it. Put back is up, and that's around, and that is good. That's made by Brooklyn Mesa. It sat on the rim, and it went in. Mesa now is 7 in the game. It's 53-2. Bounce pass in the high left for Aleman. Gets the ball in the corner. Lobs it down low to Ordaz. Bounce pass cross court to Schrum. Lost control of the basketball, taken away by Price. Long chest pass to Mesa. A dribble. She banks and scores. Mustangs now have committed 27 turnovers unofficially. 2 minutes to go. It's 55-2. Ordaz left to the lane. Lost control of the basketball, and she had made a nice move but could not finish. Arroyo back in with 4 fouls along with Melina Richards. And to trigger it in will be Bryn Price. Price. The basketball from Bonson Price. Now Bonson Price maintains control, calls out the offense, dribbles into the paint. Looking, kicks it back out to Bryn Price. Little 7-footer, left it short. Rebound to Aleman. The Mustangs want to run. Aleman dribbles high left, feeds it over to Richards. On that left baseline, back out to Aleman. Now to Richards. Richards left to the lane. Bounce pass down low for Ramirez. Kicks it back out on the bounce to Arroyo. Arroyo drives, turns. Kicks it back out. Aleman 3 is going to be short. Rebounded one bounce to Paige Wright. There's the long pass to Peyton Terry. Cross court to Mesa. Puts it up, misses, but a foul on Fort Morgan. With 1:14 to go in the opening half. Mustang foul is on Aleman. Mesa took the only 2 free throws of the opening quarter. Now she's got 2 in this one. That free throw's up and off to the right. And back into the game is Ramirez Osborne for Abby Arroyo. Second free throw to be attempted. That one's up, and that's in. 56-2. Backcourt pass is taken by Aleman. Met at midcourt. Flips it still to Ramirez Osborne. Crosses the timeline. Gets a pick from Ramirez. Dribbles left baseline all the way. Shot blocked out of bounds by Bryn Price as she tried to lay it up with the right hand. Mustangs retain possession with 1:04 to go. To the right of the basket. Bounce pass in the corner for Aleman. Lost control, got it back. Baseball pass went off the hand of Richards out of bounds at midcourt. Another possession for Roosevelt with 58 seconds to go before halftime. Price lobs it into Bonson Price. Bonson Price just beyond midcourt. Calling out the play for the Rough Riders, guarded by Ramirez Osborne. Dribbles at the top on the left wing to Bryn Price all the way, lays it up and in with the right hand to the left of the basket. Just drove by a Mustang defender. It's 58-2. 37 seconds to go in the first half. Ramirez Osborne picks up the dribble just beyond midcourt. Bounce pass to Schrum. Schrum to her right, kicks it back out. Nearly tipped away by Price. Ramirez Osborne has it. Lob down low is tipped out of bounds by Mesa with 22 seconds remaining. Mustang basketball. Yeah, Roosevelt not pressuring, just playing straight up defense. And that'll speed up this game. Ramirez Osborne to the left of the basket. On the offensive end, bounce pass to Schrum in the corner, poked out of bounds by Price. Yeah, I think Bryn Price is playing a little bit more aggressive defensively than her teammates. You don't want to contest too much. Bounce pass to Aleman. Now here's Ramirez Osborne on the right baseline, back out towards Aleman. 15 seconds to go. Dribbling towards the top with 13, crossing over with 12, and then her cross-court pass is going to be intercepted by Peyton Terry. She'll lay it up and missed it, but she's hammered into the padding, and the foul's committed by Aleman. Mustangs now with 30 turnovers in the game. 6 seconds to go, and 2 free throws for Peyton Terry. 7 Rough Riders have scored tonight except Terry. Or not including Terry, I should say. Free throw is up, and that's perfect. Ordaz and Bella Phillips are back in for the final 6 seconds of the opening half. Peyton Terry bends, shoots, in and out. Rebound to Ivana Ordaz. That should be the end of the opening half. They won't get off a shot, and that'll be it. We have played 16 minutes of basketball in the first of this doubleheader from Roosevelt High School. With the score in this girls' game, Roosevelt 59, Fort Morgan 2 on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. John Beltran back in Johnstown. Let's head to the third quarter and the first of this doubleheader. Yeah, the Mustang girls, they've got a great attitude here in front of the bench. They're not down. They know that Roosevelt is just loaded. They're having fun, even though they trail this game 59-2, and that's what you got to do. You got to stay loose. You got to play this game regardless of the score and just play it out to its completion. So that's the name of the game right now for the Mustangs. As taking the court for Roosevelt is Kyla Hollier along with Ryan Bonson-Price, Kinsey Trujillo, and the other 2 starters are Madison Moyers and Bryn Price. For the Mustangs, they send out Ivana Ordaz, Bella Phillips, Marely Del Campo, along with Shea Ramirez Osborne to throw it in. And the inbounder to Yadira Longoria Vegas, who has the basketball with a crossover dribble at the top, guarded by Price, kicks it back out to Ramirez Osborne. Left to the free throw line. Here's the 3. That's going to be blocked over there, taken by Longoria Vegas, poked away by Price. Here is Kyla Hollier. Bounce pass to Bonson-Price, banks and scores. 11 points for Bonson-Price. The lead is 61-2 with 7.5 to go in the third. Ordaz with the basketball, had it stripped, she got it back, and then it's knocked out of bounds by Kyla Hollier. And 3/4 court, Ramirez Osborne to throw it in. Ramirez Osborne looking, still looking. The bounce pass taken by Ordaz, just beyond midcourt, guarded by Price with a right-handed dribble. Picks up the dribble. Baseball pass intercepted Hollier. There's the long pass to Price. She'll bank and score. Mustangs with their 31st turnover at 63-2. 45 seconds into the third. Ordaz with a crossover dribble against Price into the lane, left of the lane now, and tied up by Madison Moyers. Possession arrow Roosevelt. So the Mustangs will back off defensively, down by 61. The clock started a tad late. They need this clock to run as much as possible. Trujillo on the high left, over to Price, looking down low, swings it left of the free throw line to Moyers, inside to Hollier. She banks it in. Just way tall. Nobody can defend that. She's got a lot of height and positioning as well. 65-2. On the high right, Del Campo dribbles towards the right baseline, bounce pass, cross court, goes through everybody, and it's poked out of bounds. Apparently it got the end line. Madison Moyers touched it. Mustangs will throw it in. Ramirez Osborne to the right of the basket on the offensive end. Looking for Del Campo. Low pass in the corner off the bounce. Del Campo bounce pass is going to be intercepted. Bonson Price over to Trujillo. Trujillo all the way. Banks misses, gets the rebound, goes up, and she missed it again. And grabbing the rebound is Del Campo. Nice job. Nice rebound there by Del Campo. The Mustangs come the other way. Phillips on the high left. Phillips looking. Pass is tipped away. Intercepted in the corner by Price. Madison Moyers, the point guard on this possession for Roosevelt. Straight away, crossing over into the lane. Scoops it up and in with the left hand. Madison Moyers with a nice move. She's got 12 points. The lead is 67-2 for Roosevelt with 5:58 to go, third quarter. Here's Ordaz in the lane, floats it up. Might have been partially blocked by Hollier. Then the ball is poked away, but Roosevelt retains possession. High left, Trujillo inside to Bonson Price, and she banks it in right off the glass. 69-2 Roosevelt. They've already scored 10 points in the first 2.5 minutes. No team has scored 100 against Fort Morgan this season, and Del Campo could not secure it on the outside left. 5 for 5 now for Fort Morgan. So it's Richards, Arroyo, Schrum, Ramirez, and Aleman, who's got, well, no, it's Arroyo's got the 4 fouls. Aleman with 2. Left-handed dribble by Trujillo. Swigs it near the top to Moyers. Back over to Hollier. Hollier hands it off to Trujillo. 3 is up and off to the right. Rebound to Hollier. Hollier is going to be tied up. Possession arrow, Fort Morgan. Nice job. There were a couple of Mustangs there to try to cradle that basketball. And Richards to throw it in to Aleman. Met at midcourt by Bonson Price. Maintains the left-handed dribble. Lost control of the basketball and then commits the foul in the backcourt. That is 3 fouls against Aleman. And Peyton Terry's into the game. They made a couple of substitutions there. Let's see who's got in the left corner. Yeah, I'm not sure the second one was. Trujillo, maybe just one. Here's Peyton Terry at the free throw line. Swings it left corner. 3 by Price is no good. Nice strong rebound control there by Mackenzie Schrum of Fort Morgan, but then she lost it to Hollier. She banks and scores. 71-2 in favor of Roosevelt. Aleman against Price. Baseball pass into the lane to Ramirez. Ramirez against Hollier. Ball is blocked out of bounds. Yeah, need a head fake here and there. Here's 5 for 5 again. Phillips, Del Campo, Ramirez, Osborne, Longoria, Vegas, and Ordaz for Fort Morgan. And a triggered in is Longoria Vegas in the corner for Ramirez Osborne with a right-handed dribble. She'll put up a 3, and that's off the back of the rim. Bonson Price grabs her 6th rebound. Bonson Price at the controls for Roosevelt. Met by Ordaz, left-handed dribble into the lane, kicks it back out. Now the 3 by Trujillo is up and in and out. And Bonson Price with a rebound, the dribble, she banks, misses. Going back up and missing is Hollier. Couple of chances there, could not convert. Mustangs come away with a basketball. Here's Ramirez Osborne. Then she threw it away. It's a 2-on-1. Bonson Price inside to Terry to Bonson Price. She puts it up and in. 15 points for Bonson Price. The Mustangs have committed their 36th turnover, down 73-2 with 3:49 to go in the third quarter. Ordaz with a left-handed dribble, head of the circle. Swings it back out to Ramirez Osborne against Bonson Price. Looking, still looking. Bounce pass in the high right is taken by Ordaz. Then she had the ball poked out of bounds. Mustangs to throw it in. Brooklyn Mesa in for Kyla Hollier. Fort Morgan scored midway through the second quarter. Ordaz got that basket. Longoria Vegas to throw it in. Got to get rid of it. Got to get rid of it. And then she throws it off of Peyton Terry out of bounds. Now it was nearly a 5-second expiration. That would have been a turnover. There's the inbounds pass near midcourt to Ordaz. Left-handed dribble against Price. Left to the lane for Ordaz. Turns. Swings it back out to Longoria Vegas. Longoria Vegas had the ball stripped. Got it back. Dribbles again. Bounce pass Ramirez Osborne 3. And that's off the back of the rim. Good look. Chasing the ball down to the corners. Longoria Vegas against Peyton Terry. Resetting the offense is Fort Morgan. Dribbling against Bonson Price inside the free throw line. Then that ball is tipped away, chased down by Del Campo. Bounce pass near that corner for Ordaz. Puts up a floater, got the top of the backboard, and it's into the hands of Kyla Hollier. Check that. That's Mesa inside to Bonson Price. Scoops it up and in. Bonson Price has 8 points in the quarter, 17 in the game. 75-2. Timeout, Fort Morgan. That's a full timeout. We'll take it with them with 2:55 to go in the third on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. We'll go to a running clock fairly soon, but not yet. 2:55 to go in the third quarter in this girls' game. Roosevelt 75, Fort Morgan 2. Mustangs break the huddle with Phillips. Del Campo. It was a technical foul, apparently. I'm not sure who that was called on, but there is a tech, so we'll reset the lineup in a second. This will be 2 free throws for Bonson Price. Called against Fort Morgan. The first free throw barely got to the rim. Free throw number 2 is upcoming. She spins, she shoots, and scores. Roosevelt 76, Fort Morgan 2, and they'll have the basketball because of the technical. Phillips, Del Campo, Ramirez Osborne, Ordaz, and Longoria Vegas. Trujillo, Terry, Meza, Price, and Bonson Price. There's the inbound to Trujillo. Trujillo with a right-handed dribble, crosses over on the defender. Bounce pass inside to Meza, turns, banks, and scores. Had position on the defender. 2:43 to go in the third. It's 78-2. Near midcourt, Ordaz with a basketball against Bonson Price. Dribbles Breyer, right of the lane. Bounce pass inside to Phillips. Puts it up and misses, but a foul. And that foul is going to be on Brooklyn Meza. And Bella Phillips will shoot 2. Meza with her first. Bella Phillips, a sophomore, looking for Fort Morgan's first points since midway through the second quarter. With 2:34 to go. Phillips bends, shoots, and connects. I think Fort Morgan has scored in double digits every game this year. This one's going to be in jeopardy. Second free throw is up and short. Now Eaton, I think they scored 8 against Eaton. Rebound to Terry. Here is Trujillo, left of the lane. Spins, turns, hooks, and scores. Kinsey Trujillo now with 6. 80-3. Mustangs had 8 against Eaton, double figures in every game since then, and have only eclipsed the 20-point mark once. Ramirez Osborne puts up a runner and misses. It's an air ball, and it goes out of bounds. Oh, it was tipped out of bounds. Check that. Mustangs to throw it in. So it was tipped away. And to throw it in is Longoria Vegas. Got to get rid of the basketball. Inside pass is tipped away by Trujillo, but it's flagged down by Ivana Ordaz. Ordaz swings it right side to Longoria Vegas. Steps in off the dribble. Lost control, got it back. Ramirez Osborne fakes a 3. Del Campo's 3 is going to be blocked, and it's saved in by a Mustang, but it goes to Peyton Terry. There's the pass to Bryn Price. Crossing over in the lane, puts up a wild shot, misses. Rebound to Bonson Price. Now the Trujillo 3 is up and off to the left. Rebound is controlled by Terry. They'll reset. Here is Kinsey Trujillo. And then that pass is poked out of bounds. It stays with Roosevelt with 1:40 to go in the third, with an 80-3 lead. And to throw it in is Peyton Terry. Looking. Bounce pass down low for Bonson Price into the lane. Kicks it back out to Bryn Price. Over to Trujillo, guarded by Ordaz. Lob inside. Bonson Price puts it up and in off the glass. Bonson Price has 11 points in the quarter alone, 20 in the game. It's 82-3. As calling out the play is Ordaz at midcourt, met by Bryn Price with a right-handed dribble. Swings it right side to Del Campo off her left hand out of bounds. Mustangs with only 7 turnovers in the quarter. That's a great improvement from 18 in the first and 12 in the second. And Kinsey Trujillo is the point guard on this possession for Roosevelt with 1:09 to go in the third. Trujillo motioning the offense. Cross-court bounce pass to Terry. in the left corner. Penetrating left baseline is Price. Cross-court pass. Was it tipped out of bounds? It was not. She just threw it away. Roosevelt with their 8th turnover of the game. And Ramirez Osborne will come the other way for the Mustangs with a bounce to Ordaz with 54 seconds remaining in the third. Hands it off to Longoria Vegas. Now to Ordaz. Bounce pass over to Ramirez Osborne. High left. Picks up the dribble. Her pass is poked away. It's loose. And Del Campo tries to flag it down, but it's into the hands of Kinsey Trujillo. Long pass to Peyton Terry. And Terry looked like she was fouled. No whistle. 15-footer is up and around. No good by Trujillo. And then we've got a tie-up for the rebound. Possession arrow Roosevelt. And who's going to throw it in for the Rough Riders? The officials motioning for a Rough Rider. But nobody there yet. And it'll be Kinsey Trujillo to throw it in. In the right corner to Meza. Back out to Bonson Price. Now to Trujillo. Wide open three in the corner is good for Kinsey Trujillo. 9 points in the game. It's 85-3 with 18 seconds to go in the third. Del Campo on the high right, dribbling towards the corner. Ball's knocked out of bounds by Terry. Del Campo, nope, it'll be Longoria Vegas to throw it in. 3/4 court. There's the bounce pass into Ordaz. Right corner, Ramirez Osborne three is good. She banked it in off an angle she did not have at all. There's the long pass, and the hook is up and in by Brooklyn Meza just before the buzzer. Well, the Mustangs did pick up 4 points in that quarter. We played 3 quarters. It is Roosevelt 87, Fort Morgan 6 on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Let's head to the fourth quarter. This will be a running clock with the Roosevelt girls leading Fort Morgan 87-6. It is Richards, Schrum, Aleman, Arroyo, and Yelena Ramirez for Fort Morgan. They'll have the basketball first. It could be, there's going to be some players in here for Roosevelt. They're basically fielding mainly a JV squad, but we don't have all these players on the roster. With the basketball on the outside right, that ball is tipped away by Kenley Kern. She is on the roster. He's going to feed it over to Paige Wright. Now to Kern. Kicks it back out to right. Left-handed dribble. Lobs it down low for Hollier. She banks and she misses it badly. Arroyo grabs her second rebound. On the bounce pass to Aleman at the top. Aleman with 3 fouls. Bounce pass inside to Ramirez. Left wing Richards, 3 in the air. Is going to be an air ball. And it's taken away by Roosevelt. And again, that's one player, number 25, we don't have, but she's got the basketball on the high left. In the corner for Kern, dribbling to her right. Kicks it back out of the top. That is Siskowski. Now the left corner, again to 2-5. Again, we don't have her name on the roster. Over to right. Right with the dribble. Let's see if they shoot any time sooner. Just eat up some clock with an 87-6 lead. Towards that right corner, the lob inside towards Hollier is poked out of bounds by Aleman. The Mustangs playing some tight defense. They've allowed 90-plus points in 2 of the last 3 games. More than likely it'll happen here because Roosevelt's at 87. Kenley Kern to the cutting Hollier. She puts it up and in off the glass. Hollier with 21. It's still says 87-6. There we go, 89-6. 6.5 to go in the game. On the outside right is Arroyo. Back out to Aleman. Cross-court pass to Richards on the left wing. Swings it back out to Aleman. On the high right, here's Arroyo. Takes a dribble, picks it up, and swings it back out to Aleman with a right-handed dribble in the corner for Arroyo. 3 in the air is short. Rebound to Hollier. That's her 8th rebound unofficially. Here's Siskowski. Siskowski near that right baseline. Swings it back out. They just work the ball around to Paige Wright, now to Siskowski. Under 6 minutes to go, running clock. Siskowski's going to put up a runner. It's off to the left, and the ball is out of bounds. It's off Roosevelt. Mustang basketball with a running clock and 5:48 to go in the game. Boys game will start on time because of this running clock. And here is Kiera Aleman. Baseball pass, right wing to Arroyo. Back to Aleman. Swings across court to Richards. Richards on the left wing foul, but she was fouled. That's only the 3rd foul combined in this half. Second by Roosevelt. The Mustangs have one. That was by Siskowski, her second. 3/4 court. Richards into Aleman. Near the head of the three-point circle. Swings it right side to Arroyo. With a right-handed dribble. Guarded by Kern. Kicks it back out to Aleman. Aleman in the corner for Arroyo. Off her hands out of bounds. Mustangs with their 40th turnover unofficially, but only 10 in the second half. So they control the ball better. And 30-second timeout for Roosevelt. Just to make a substitution, I guess, but they could have made the substitution without the timeout. Yeah, I think it's safe to say that Roosevelt, they're not into going for scoring here in this quarter. More than likely, they're not going to get to 100. But it would be the third time in 4 games that a Mustang opponent does score over 90 points if Roosevelt gets one more bucket. Ryan Bonson-Price will not play in this quarter, but she had 11 of her 20 points in that quarter for Roosevelt. The 30-second timeout has expired, and that's the only time the clock stops, either that or for free throws, which we're not going to have any, at least neither team's going to be close to getting into the penalty. And who's going to throw it in for Roosevelt? Let's see, it'll be Paige Wright. Mustangs will pressure in the backcourt. Gets it into Terry, guarded by Ramirez. Dribbles by Ramirez at the top. Jump pass is taken by Wright. Back to Terry. Terry, baseball pass inside of Siskowski. Turns, puts it up off the top of the backboard. Ball is rebounded by Arroyo. That's her third. Arroyo for Fort Morgan. Bounce pass to Aleman. Baseball pass, left wing to Richards. Left of the lane to Ramirez. Right wing, wide open. Arroyo 3 is off the back of the rim. And the ball is loose. It's rebounded by Kenley Kern. Kern with a 2-on-2. All the way, floats it up, back rim, missed it. Arroyo grabs another rebound for Fort Morgan. Arroyo to Aleman. Near the top. Baseball pass, right side to Arroyo. Back to Aleman. 4:12 to go. The clock running. 89-6, Roosevelt. Inside the three-point line, right side Arroyo. Near that right corner for Schrum with a right-handed dribble. Maintains the dribble, right corner, bounce pass to Arroyo. Swings it right side to Aleman, poked away. Now in the right corner, the Arroyo 3 is good. Abby Arroyo scores. Mustangs down 89-9 with 3:45 to go in the game. Again, they've only been held to single digits once this season. On the high left, cross-court pass is taken by Terry. Terry in the right corner to Kern. 3 is up, and that is off the front of the rim and hits the partition. So that'll be Fort Morgan basketball. And here comes Kiera Aleman for Fort Morgan. On the right side, Arroyo takes the 3, and she missed it in and out. That was close. Rough Riders grab the rebound. We're down to 3:06 to go in the game. 89-9 Roosevelt. Bounce pass down low, right underneath the hands of Siskowski, out of bounds. Well, maybe Roosevelt won't eclipse 90. They've only scored 2 points in the quarter. The Mustangs have outscored Roosevelt 3-2 in this quarter. On the outside right, Ramirez shot is good. That's a 3. And that was a line drive. Yeah, that was not exactly a textbook form, but it went in. 89-12, the Mustangs are on a 6-0 run with 2:33 to go in the game. There's the lob to Siskowski with her back to the basket. Now to Terry in the left corner. As they work the ball around straight away, 3, Siskowski is good. They have eclipsed 90. 92-12, the Mustangs lost earlier this week, 94-14. So virtually the same score. That was to Northridge. The 3 is up and missed by Arroyo. The ball is loose, and Terry has it in the corner. Peyton Terry with 2 minutes to go with a left-handed dribble into the lane. Nobody's picking her up, and then she's fouled. But they're going to say on the floor instead, so that will not stop the clock. Never got off the shot, even though that's what she intended. Foul was committed by Aleman, her 4th. And to throw it in is Kenley Kern. Kern with 1:45 to go in the game. Mustangs make a substitution with Ordaz. So Fort Morgan has scored half of their points in this quarter. They had 2 at the break, 4 in the third, and 6. Pass is tipped, taken by Siskowski. She banks and misses with the left hand. Ball is rebounded by Aleman. That's her third, then stolen at midcourt by Siskowski. It's a 4-on-2. Siskowski all the way. There was contact, no whistle. Richards takes the ball away, and now bodies on the floor. There's a tie-up, possession arrow Roosevelt. Clock continues to run with 65 seconds to go in the game. And Kern to throw it in. Lobs it in the left corner for Siskowski. Siskowski starts to drive, and then she's going to have to kick it back out somewhere. Hands it off to right in the corner. Cross-court pass tipped away by Schrum. Terry, though, picks it up. Terry in the paint puts up a runner. She's fouled as she missed it. Clock will stop momentarily as she will shoot 2. Foul was on Arroyo. She's fouled out. Yeah, they'll have to make a substitution. Yep, she is fouled out with that three-pointer. Clock stops with 36 seconds to go in the game. And Peyton Terry to shoot 2. Terry only has 1 point in this game, and now she's got 2. The free throw is in. Second free throw upcoming for Peyton Terry. And that one's up, and that's in and out, and the ball is loose. It's rebounded by Siskowski. Kicks it back out. Now another 3 is up. That's an air ball. Mackenzie Schrum has got it for Fort Morgan. Schrum with 25 seconds to go, nearly stripped from behind. Now on the left baseline is Ordaz, puts up a runner, a hook shot. Bella Phillips tries to save it in. It goes out of bounds off of Roosevelt. Mustangs will have one final possession as the clock runs with 10 seconds to go. Ordaz inside to Phillips, and she's fouled as she missed. Peyton Terry commits the foul, and the clock will stop with 2 seconds to go. And Bella Phillips to shoot 2. She's 1 out of 2 from the line and make it 2 out of 3. The Mustangs have 7 points in the quarter. Roosevelt has 6, so there's a small victory there. Second free throw is in the air, and that one is around and good for Bella Phillips, and that's it. Mustangs actually outscored Roosevelt in the fourth quarter, 8-6. The Rough Riders, the number 4 team in Class 5A, have their way with the Mustangs as they win the game 93-14. We'll get to the totals as soon as the boys team takes the floor, and then we'll take the break. Let's see if there's a 10 or 15-minute separation in between games. Because at our end, that certainly makes a big, big difference, whether it's one or the other. Well, looks like a 10-minute separation, so let's take a break. Final score, Roosevelt 93, Fort Morgan 14 on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. The Lady Mustangs fall to Roosevelt 93-14. The Mustang post-game show is brought to you by Advanced Agri Solutions. Make sure the nutrients you have purchased for your field are getting to your crops. Get a full plan of seed, food, and water. Advanced Agri Solutions. Call Dusty or Roxy, 970-571-2024. It was 30-0 Roosevelt after one quarter. That's the third time in the last 4 games that's happened. 59-2 at the break, 87-6 after 3. And then the Mustangs outscored the Rough Riders 8-6 in the fourth and lost 93-14. Roosevelt moves to 9-1. The Mustangs dropped to 0-9. Roosevelt got 21 points from Kyla Hollier and 20 from Ryan Bonson-Price. They had 4 players in double figures. Brooklyn Mesa with 14, 12 for Madison Moyers, Then you had 9 from Bryn Price and Kinsey Trujillo. Paige Wright and Sienna Siskowski with 3. Peyton Terry with 2. The Mustangs had 4 players with 3 points. Shea Ramirez Osborne. And also scoring 3 for the Mustangs, Abby Arroyo, Bella Phillips, and Yelena Ramirez. 30 rebounds to 19 in favor of Roosevelt. Hollier had 8 unofficially. Mustangs got 4 from Arroyo. 41 turnovers for Fort Morgan. And they got 10. Only 10 from Roosevelt. The Rough Riders at the line were 7 of 12. The Mustangs were 3 out of 4. So that's the story tonight in the first half of this doubleheader. And right now, this boys game will start at about 2 minutes after 7 o'clock. So we're pretty much on schedule tonight with the second half of our doubleheader. We remind you, we're back at it tomorrow night, not too far from here. We'll be in Loveland for the Mustang doubleheader against the Mountain View Mountain Lions. And once again, that's coming up tomorrow night. Looking here at this boys game, Fort Morgan, which has not won since they defeated Brush on December 17th, has an outstanding shot to win this game. They're only 2-6, but Roosevelt is 0-10. They might have won the state championship in football, and they did in 3A, but not the same level of talent and skill in the sport of basketball. So Fort Morgan, again, with a very legitimate shot to win this game and snap a small losing skid. We'll take a break. We'll come back with the starting lineups and the tip of tonight's game. The second half of the Twin Bill with the Fort Morgan boys taking on the Roosevelt Rough Riders on B106, B106.com, and the Eastern Plains Sports Network.